Hello everyone. Today's a supporter requested video. They sent me a message on my Buy Me a Coffee page, which is where you can send virtual coffees to me to help support me. This person requested me to show in a previous tutorial I did, Resident Evil inspired like aiming system, but I never actually expanded on it, like showing how you would shoot, how you would set weapons up and things like that. So today I'm going to show that. The plan is to show how to create a weapon, how to set up the ammo system, how to do reloading, all the things like that, and then finally shooting and dealing damage. This project is just my YouTube project. I've created some of the systems from my previous videos, which is the movement and the cameras. So if you want this, you can look back at my older videos. I do plan on creating actual full tutorial series. I want to do some on retro horror like this and also first person horror. But if you have any ideas, just leave a comment. So the first thing we need to do is actually get some things set up. So I've made a new folder called retro horror. In here, I'm going to create a weapons folder. So there's a few things we will need before we can create the weapons and get working on it. We need to make a enumeration, so we can do blueprint in enumeration. I'm going to call E underscore weapon types. This is going to hold all the different weapons we have. And it's a way we can use it to differentiate the different ammo types we're going to need. So for this example, I'm just going to do pistol, shotgun, and then we can do melee as well, even though melee won't use ammo, but it's still good to have. Okay. So now we can create a blueprint class that will be BP underscore weapon base. So this is going to hold all the variables of the weapon. It's going to hold the weapon type. It's going to hold the clip size. It will hold the things like the attack rate, just so we can create this one baseline, and then all the other weapons will inherit this from it, so we don't have to do the same things constantly. So in this weapon base, we're going to add a few variables. The first variable will actually be the enum we just created. So we create a variable and the type will be E underscore weapon types, like this. We can call this weapon type and then compile. So if you see now up here, we can actually assign a weapon type to the weapon. So for now, we're just going to call this, we can just leave this as a pistol because it's the default one. So the next thing will be a integer, and it will be the clip size. So this is how many bullets the weapon can hold in its clip. Obviously, if it's a shotgun, it would be shells, but for now, I'm just going to call it clip size. The next one will be the attack rate. So how fast the weapon can actually attack. This might be better to be a float, because if you want lower attacks, like half a second before you can attack again, that will be a float. The next one will be the reload time, just to have it, but we could probably use the weapon animation if we get one for this. The next thing we want is we want a reference to the actual player. So because my character is called BP underscore horror. If I go to third person, I call mine retro horror. You would find this. or whatever yours would be called, or third person character, for example. So I'm going to do BP underscore retro horror object reference, just so I can get a reference to the player, or have a reference to the player when I need it. I think that is everything in here we would need. Let's see, clip size, attack rate, reload. Actually, there is one more thing we would need, which is the damage. How much damage we apply to a enemy. So we could do either integer, which would be flat, like flat numbers, so like 10, 20, 30. If we do a flow, we can apply decimal numbers. So like if you see here, we could apply like 55.3 damage. So we'll do a flow. We can always convert it later into, we can always round it up later if we need to. Okay. So the next thing I want to create is a actual interface. I think, no. Yeah, we do need an interface. So in the horror folder, I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it interface. It's blueprint and then blueprint interface. So BPI underscore weapon. Just so we can communicate between the weapon and the player if we need to. So in here, I'm going to create a function called attack. Or we're going to do attack. And then I want a new one called reload weapon. Oh, reload weapon. I think that should be fine. Just those two for now. Okay, in the player, retro horror player. So now in the player, we're going to set up the actual weapon inventory system that will hold the weapons. We're going to also set up the ammo, because I'm going to store the ammo and everything on the player, just because it's easier to save everything that way. There are other ways of doing it, but I just like doing it this way. It's what I've been doing recently. So we need to create a variable of the weapons. This will actually be a BP underscore weapon base. I don't know why I have, oh, I know I have two. I'm going to rename that to retro, just so I can see. BP underscore weapon. There we go, retro. It's going to be a class reference. Top right. What we would do is, by default, we would want a melee weapon. And then what we can do is these two here, you could set it so when you pick a weapon up in the world and you want it to be able to be used, then you can set the inventory then you can set the inventory as actually having the weapon. Like I said, there's other ways of doing it. This is just the way I've been doing it, and it works quite well for what I need. So what we're going to do next is we need another variable. This one will actually be the E underscore weapon type variable. Up top right, it's not going to be an array, it's going to be a map with an integer. This is going to be the current clip in a weapon. And the reason I'm doing it here in this map of things is just so I can keep a check on all the weapons we have. So if I add this, we have pistol, and then we have shotgun, and then we have, there we go, we have pistol now. So this will hold the current clips that are loaded into the weapon. It's just an easy way of keeping track of what's loaded and what's not. So then when we do a save game system, we can just save all these out into this map. When we load in, we save everything back. So everything is the same. I'm going to duplicate current clip, and I'm going to call it total ammo. And it's going to be the exact same thing. Got 3 map elements, and it's going to hold all the ammo for all the weapons. One more thing I'm going to do in here is I'm going to create a e_weapon type. This is just going to be it's just going to be I want a single. And this is just going to hold the current weapon, just so we know what weapon we're actually holding at the moment. So I'm going to set some default values for these, just so we can do testing. So for testing, pistol, I'll give 10 rounds. This is the total ammo it has. And the current clip we will say is 7. So let's start working on this. So we will need a mesh. Normally it would be a skeletal mesh for animations and things, but I'm just going to use a static mesh for now because I don't really have any meshes on hand ready to go. So you can imagine that there would be something here. Okay, so in the weapon base, on begin play, I'm actually going to cast to the player. We're going to get the player character, and we're going to set the player ref to this, like this. So now we have the player once we begin play. Or once this weapon becomes active, then we will get the player ref. And we can test that out by doing a print string here, this. And we can just hook that in. On the player, we're going to add a child actor, because this is how we're going to swap the things around, like the weapons. We're going to use child actors, and I'm just going to rename this weapon. What I'll do by default is I will add the weapon base, just like this. Now if I try, you can see the hello, which means this child actor that is attached to the player now can access the player's variables and communicate with it easier. Okay, the next thing is we need to class settings, and we need to add the interface we implemented. So we can call that BPI_weapon. Now we have access to these interfaces. So the first one we want to do is the reload. So the reload, we're actually going to make that in a function, just so we can have you can use it multiple times. I'm going to call it reload. The one thing actually I'm going to add is we're going to add a melee, or is melee. That's going to be a boolean. That's just to check if the weapon is melee weapon. Obviously we don't want to reload it, and we don't want to minus ammo or do anything with the ammo. So we're just going to do a branch here by holding down B. And we're going to plug in the is melee, like this. Okay, the next thing is we're going to actually use a macro to get the current clip from the player. I'm doing it in a macro because I use it a few times and it's just easier than typing the full thing out. So macros allow you to do your logic in here and then get like an output. So the input here, we don't need anything. The output, we will add something to it. So I'm going to get my player ref here. I'm going to pull off and get current clip like this. I'm going to pull down and do find. We're going to get the weapon type and plug that in. The output, we can just hook up this here. So we will basically ask the player what the current clip of the weapon is, and then we can use it in the reload system. This one is going to be current clip, and we need another one, which is going to be the total ammo. That is basically the same thing. We get the player reference, we pull off get total ammo, we find, we can hook that up like that. The ammo type is going to be the weapon type, sorry, is going to be the weapon type here. There we go. So now if we go back to reload, what we want to do now is we're going to do another branch. So if it's not a melee weapon, we're going to get the current clip from the player. And we want to see if it's less than the clip size. Because if the weapon is fully reloaded, we don't want to reload because there's no reason. So what I can do here is I can do a print string and just say, don't need to reload. From the true, we're going to do another branch. I'm going to check if the total ammo is greater than 0, because if it's less, if it's 0, we can't reload. So we can do another print string here and say no ammo. So if it is greater than 0, we're going to get the weapon clip size, and we're going to minus the current clip. Like this. Because we want to see how much ammo we need to actually load into the weapon, because if it's only half loaded, we don't want to load the full thing. So what we can do is we can promote this to a variable, and this will be required ammo, because this will check how much ammo is needed for the reload. We can add that into the true here. The next thing is another branch, and we want to check if the required ammo is greater than max ammo. So total ammo. Like that. If it's true that it is, this is where we want to do the logic for the increasing the clip ammo and then removing the ammo from the total. So we'll do this in the Retro Horror player. So back in the player, we're going to create a few functions that will deal with increasing the clip size, removing ammo from the total. Once again, this is just how I'm doing it. I'm actually using this as part of a FPS shooter, and I thought it would work well here. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to increase clip ammo. That's going to put ammo from into the weapon's clip. The next one will be the remove clip ammo. That we're going to use that when we actually shoot guns, so we don't need to touch this yet. The next one is increase total ammo. This is for picking up ammo, and then remove total ammo. And this is removing ammo from the weapons total ammo. What we do now is we need to actually add a few inputs to this for the increase in the clip ammo, sorry. We're going to add an input that will be e_weapon type. So we can call that weapon. The next will be the integer, and it's going to be the ammo amount. Okay, so let's do the logic for this. What we want to pull in here is the current clip. We want to find, and we want to check the weapon that we currently have equipped. The ammo amount here, we're going to pull out and clamp it, because we don't want to be able to have a too big an inventory or things like that. or like pull too much out. So the max ammo we're going to have is 999. Now, from the find, we pull out and we do a plus. And then we're going to connect these two up, the clamp to the plus. Okay. From the current clip map, we pull out and we add, because we want to add the values to the map. We connect that up to weapon here. And the add, we just do that, add in there, and then we can add a return node. If you're wondering why I have lines like this and you don't, I'm using a plugin from the marketplace. If I go editor, it's called electronic nodes, and it just makes the lines a lot easier. I think there's a free alternative on the marketplace, or Fab as it's called now. So I think while we're here, we can set the rest of these up. So we'll do the remove clip ammo as well. We may as well. So a lot like the other, what we can do is basically we can copy this whole thing, Control C, remove clip ammo. Let me just save, and we can put this in. Now we can drag that up this pin here and add it, and it will become a part of the function. And then the next part will be the like this. We don't need the value, and we don't need this. We do need the clamp here, but we need the clamp somewhere else actually, because we're only going to be removing one from it. We don't need to check how much ammo is going to be removed, because we can pretty much guarantee it's going to be one. Instead of plus, we're going to do minus, and then we're going to minus one. Obviously, if you want to minus more than one, then you can hook that up and do it. But the value will be this. This can remain the same, and it goes. I know this says add. Hook that up. This says add, and you would think, why are you adding a minus? But it's just how the maps work. We're going to update the value on the map to this by adding this number to it. Add a return node for that. So now we have increase and remove. The next is the total ammo. This is going to be if we pick ammo up in the world. And honestly, it is the same as increasing the clip. We can copy this again. We can put that in. We hook that up like that. Hook the value up here. So that would be the weapon, and that would be the ammo amount. How did I name this? Yeah, ammo amount. And all we do is, instead of increasing the total clip, let's just hook these up like this. Instead of increasing the total clip, current clip, we just increase the current total ammo like that. And then hook these up. And that's it. And then for the removing, it's the same as this. We just put that back in. We can hook these up like this. And then the current clip we remove and replace with the total ammo, and then make sure you connect it over here like that. We add a return just to make it look neat. And that's that. That's the whole way of dealing with removing ammo from the inventory, in a sense. Right, back to the weapon. So now we can do the full reload system. Okay, so from this here, if the total ammo is great, what we can do is we can just reload. So if the required ammo is greater than the total ammo, which means if we need, say, 5 bullets and we have 2 bullets in total ammo. What we want to do is just dump all the total ammo back into the clip because we don't really need to worry then. We just need to, like, we don't have much ammo left. Just use it all, basically. And to do that, all we do is we get the player ref and we increase the clip ammo like this. The weapon will be weapon type. And the ammo amount will just be the max ammo left, or the total ammo left. And then after that, what we want to do is we want to actually then remove the total ammo. I forgot to set the key on that, so let me quickly do that. Remove total ammo. Should be the weapon. I've made a slight mistake. What we want in the remove total ammo is we actually do want the ammo because we're not going to be removing one. We want to actually be removing more than one. The minus on this will actually just plug in to here, and then we can do ammo here like that. So this is only for the remove total ammo. We don't need it for the clip ammo because clip will remove one, total ammo will remove more. There we go. My apologies. The remove total ammo, we're going to remove the max ammo, whatever is left. So we can just total ammo, remove total ammo like this. This one we can return. The weapon will be weapon type. The top one, which is going to be if we have more than enough ammo than we need and we have some left over. What we want to do is basically the same thing, just we don't remove the full ammo, we remove what we need. So we're going to get the player ref again, increase the clip ammo. The weapon is going to be the weapon type. This, the ammo amount is going to be the required ammo, so we can just pull off like that, required ammo. And then from the total, remove total ammo. We're going to do the exact same thing. So weapon type and then required ammo and then return. Return. There we go. So what we can do now is we could test it, give it a test out. Let's see. So reload weapon, we want to do reload here. If I say that the clip size for this weapon is 7, and then the ammo, the weapon type is currently set to pistol. So if we do the current clip on the pistol is 7, and we go to the event graph and do keyboard R. Let's scroll down. Keyboard R. So we want to interact with this, the child actor. So we can pull it off, get child actor like this, and then we can call, we should be able to call the event, which is reload weapon on it, because we set up the interface. So if we try, let's see, do not need to reload. So there we go. We don't need to reload because our ammo is full. So what now if we have our current clip is 0 and our total ammo is also 0. I reload now, we don't have any ammo left. But for example, if we have 5 ammo total and we need 7, sorry. We can actually do a check on the weapon itself. If we go into reload and we say here, we do a print string like this. and then we reload. It says we don't need to reload because the clip size, the current clip. Oh, the current clip is 7. Okay, so the current clip is 3. Like this. So if I reload, we need 4 because 4 plus 3 is 7. So this is just this is the way I do it. I've been doing it like this in one of my FPS projects. So the next thing will be actually shooting the weapon. We have this do attack here. So from this, what I'm going to do is do a branch. Let's do it this way. We promote a variable, and the condition we'll call can attack ? If we can attack, we want to do something. We want to actually do something like shoot, and then we want to minus the ammo as well. What we're going to do is I'm going to create another function for line tracing the weapon. So we're going to call this trace attack, like this. We're going to get the static mesh here, which is the model's mesh that will be on the character. We're going to get the world location, like this. We're going to do we're going to plus, and then we're going to get forward vector, multiply. This is just like your basic line trace forward. Float. I'm going to do 1,000, so 1,000 units forward. From trace attack, I'm going to do line trace. The start location will be the get world location, and the end location will be the plus. I'm going to do a persistent one just so we can see it. Return here. And then I'm going to plug that in just so we have the out hit for when we need it. So what I can do now, if I do trace attack here, like this, and we can go and try it, because I just do this for now, left mouse button, and then we can get the current weapon we have, the current child actor, like this. And then we can do attack. So let's see. My left mouse, you see, we're doing attack. Currently from where the weapon is, and which happens to be its crotch. But that will change once we actually move the weapon with an animation. So now we have that set up. We need to remove the clip now, remove the ammo. So we need to check if we can actually shoot. So what we can do here is if we can attack, which means we're not on a cooldown from attacking, which we will set up. From true, we're going to do a branch, and we want to check if we actually can, if we have ammo. So we want to check the current clip. If it's greater than 0, we can attack. Fine, like this. And then after the attack, the trace attack, we want to get the player ref, like this. We want to remove clip ammo on it. And then the weapon type will be weapon type. So once we've shot, we will remove some of the ammo. If the current clip is empty, we're going to do a branch. And we're going to check if the total ammo is greater than 0. And if the total ammo is greater than 0, we can reload. We can reload. So we can just pull off here and do reload like this. So I do apologize, I made a mistake in here. This node here, this branch, basically if the required ammo is greater than the total ammo, then we don't want to do a full reload. We just want to reload what we have, which is here. If the required ammo is not greater than total ammo, then we can just do this like this. So now if I check, the total ammo is 2 and the current clip is 3. So we should be able to shoot 5 times. So 1, 2, 3. Next one, reload. 5. And now we can't click anymore. And we have no ammo to reload. Just to double check, so we know we have 2 bullets in. We reload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't do it anymore. No ammo. So yeah, it is working. You just need to make sure that you swap those two around, these two. Okay. So the next thing, now we have that set up. Let's see. We have the attack. We do the attack. We trace the attack. We minus the ammo. The next thing is I should show how to actually make a different version of this now and how you can swap the weapons. So in the weapon base retro, you can create a child blueprint and we can call this BP underscore, say, shotgun. And then in the player, to just add it straight away as this is the weapon they always have, we can do weapon inventory and then just add at index 1. We'll do index 2, we'll say that. So now we have the shotgun. What we could do is, I could do, just to test it, we can do print string and then weapon type. I should really just create a simple UI for this, but for now we'll do this. So when I press play now, we see pistol up here. To swap the weapon over, so we currently have this set as the BP base. We can pull this off. We'll say keyboard 2. We can pull this off and set child actor class. And for now, we can just do BP underscore shotgun. I've got 2 of them because I've been testing things, so it needs to be this one. Which is that. There we go. So now if I press 2, it still says pistol because I haven't modified this. So shotgun here. So now if I press, now we have the shotgun out. So we can't click, and we have no ammo because it's not been set up that way. But if I come into here and then we give it some ammo, so the shotgun, actually we can come into the shotgun here and we can say the clip size will be 2. We're going to do a shotgun. And then like that. So in the player, we can give the shotgun 2 rounds in it and we can give it total ammo, so 10. So let's check, see if this works. So we pick the shotgun. We can go bang, bang, reload, bang, bang, reload, bang, bang, reload. So that's working. Can work more on the base weapon base actually. So after we've shot, we want to do a delay between the next time we can shoot again. We can just do a delay here. You could control this by an animation if you have one. So if you do play montage, there's things like on completed or on notifies on these. So you could do them on things like this. But for now, just as a simple one, we'll do here. We can take the attack rate, plug that in. Can attack, if we can attack, what we want to do is we want to set can attack to be true. We're going to do the attack. Can attack to be false. We're going to do the attack, and then after everything's done, we're going to do a delay of the attack rate, and then after it's completed, set can attack to true. I'm going to set this as well. We're going to do just going to do that. So like, we've currently set the pistol so it's got no, by default it's got none. So what we can do is the shotgun, because this says pistol, but this is just the base for now. But the shotgun is an actual weapon at the moment. So what we can do here is the attack rate. We can say 2 seconds. Might be very high, but so we can do bang, can attack, bang. So if I do 0.5, you can't just spam it. You can't just like that. There's going to be a delay like bang, 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 like that. I think I might split this video up because this is going to be quite long. So I'm going to stop here. And then the next part we'll create the enemy. I'll create the way we can target the enemy and then dealing damage and destroying the enemy. So I'll link part 2. The part 2 is going to be uploaded the exact same time, so don't worry. It's just to split the video up a bit because this is quite long and heavy. So I'll see you in the next video.